everyone, and welcome to my channel and to the very first episode of my Christmas in July series. So over the next few weeks, I'm going to be creating 9 magical little Christmas themed resin and resinite projects, and they're all going to be inspired by my favorite festive colors. Not so traditional. I'm going with pinks and purples, blues, golds, and greens. And for this episode, I'm going to be making this adorable little illuminated Christmas countdown calendar. And I'm also going to be adding some fairy lights, and I thought I would do something a little bit different. So I've added some trees, and of course Santa is in a sleigh, and then some other little festive details, so that I'm hoping to bring the scene to life and not just have a boring old Christmas countdown calendar. So grab yourself something either warm or cold and settle in, and let's make some July Christmas magic together. So the mold is basically a slider calendar. So I thought what I would do is I would dust the mold with my pigment powder. These are my eye candies. I am obsessed with the eye candy pigments at the moment. So these are the ones I'm going to be using in this mold anyway. The Sumi Black, the Frost White, the Shinbar Copper, and then the Kiji. So what I'm going to do is dust the actual molds and burnish them with the powder. But on the actual numbers part, I want to do a alcohol splash effect. So I'm going to be using the Kiji and the Shinbar Copper. Do spickles of that like I normally do, and then use the alcohol method on that. So that I didn't burnish like I did the rest of them. And there is my 99% alcohol in my little squish bottle. And I was just dropping that in over the actual powder just to get it quite wet. In this case, I did want it quite runny. I didn't want too many big splodges when I poured on the actual resin. And then I added some of my, it's a color shift almost mica powder. It's the white, and it is almost like a bluey greeny color shift mica powder. That is not an eye candy. That is just my, I think it was a Timu. It's actually really pretty. So I thought I would use that as the base color because I didn't want it to be black base. I wanted the mica powders to show up but also be light. I didn't want the actual calendar to have a black background or a solid white background. So then I poured these on, and I poured it on, I should say, and I went around with my dotting tool just to make sure that I didn't have any air bubbles in any of the corners, because there were quite a few little corners, and even on the sleigh there were quite tiny little corners and edges. So I just wanted to make sure that I didn't get any air bubbles on those. And then I let that cure. Now these are quite thin, and I did use my Crystal 10 because it can take up to 1 centimeter, but it does take quite a while to cure once you take it out the mold. So it was still quite bendy, but it was fine to demold, and then I obviously would have to leave it to cure for a bit longer. But these colors came out exactly how I wanted them to. I wanted it to have that color shift, and the color shift is absolutely gorgeous. It's blues and greens, and there's even at a certain angle there's almost a purple color shift to that Kiji. I think it is absolutely gorgeous. So that is the actual slider, and there's the sleigh. He is too sweet. I love that little sleigh. And that was obviously, like I mentioned, that was the shin bar copper. And then our little Santa I did with the ghost green, because I was going to color him in a little bit, not too much. And even though I had gone over the numbers with the black marker originally, I decided that the black was not shining through. You couldn't see the black numbers very well. So I went over that with my white marker so that you can actually see them a lot better. And then just to clean off the excess white, I use little alcohol swabs. They come in a box and they're really handy to have. And then here I was just coloring in his hat and his clothing. And then I did do his face a pink, which I didn't add in because as it was, I was already, I knew that the length of this video was going to be really long, and I'd have to do a lot of editing and cutting and speeding things up. So here I was just getting into the little corners with my really, really fine paintbrush and getting it into where his little jacket was under his beard. And there he was. I thought that he looked really sweet. And then, like I said, I did do his face, but I didn't show that once I had finished coloring him in with his little black boots. And then I was ready now to add the little fairy lights. Now, I don't know why the base that I glued the fairy lights on does not fit into the actual holder. It's small. It's smaller on the width as well as the length, and I don't know why. Unless I was just putting it together wrong, I'm not sure. But anyway, I did make a plan, and I actually used my UV resin, and I just tacked the bottom onto the sides and the front and back so that the base didn't fall out, because for some reason it doesn't fit. But anyway, I used my super glue to stick everything together, and then I thought a little bit of fake snow on Santa's sleigh would look quite sweet. So I used my UV resin and I put on a little bit of fake snow. Now the trees and the base I didn't film doing. They were printed on my 3D printer, and I used metallic craft paint. And for the base, I basically just used the blue and the green and tried to almost do the same sort of effect that I had got on the front of the actual countdown calendar. And I really think that it matches perfectly. And then, like I'm doing here, I was just coloring in the wording Merry Christmas, which I had made at an angle so that you could see it from the front, even if you weren't looking directly at the calendar. Then on the trees, I did use some moulding paste to make it look like there was some snow. And I did add some glitter onto the base as well, some red glitter. And then on the bottom part of the tree where the foresty sort of area is, I used some of the shinbar copper and I just dotted that around. And then I sealed it with some of my varnish. And because I had only just done the wording on the Merry Christmas, there was a little bit of bleeding of the red, but I just dotted that off with some kitchen towel and it came off perfectly fine. And then obviously I needed this to dry before I could put on the trees and the calendar. So I did do everything with some of the varnish just to seal it so that it's not a very high shine varnish at all, but it does give a nice seal to the pieces. So basically I was ready to put everything together, and like I said in the beginning, I didn't want a really plain old countdown calendar. So that is why I made a base and the trees behind it, just so that it made it look a little bit more special. And then inside the countdown calendar cavity, I put some cotton wool and some fake snow, and I just used some of my UV resin just to hold the fake snow on top of the cotton wool, just so that you don't see the lights inside it. And then I was ready to put everything together. So I used my super glue, my trusty super glue, which I use for most things, and went along the bottom of the trees because I wanted those to be as far back on the base as I could, because I wanted to put the calendar as close to the front so that there was a gap where I could put the little switch for the lights. And even though you can see it if you're looking down on the actual calendar, if you are looking from the front, you can't see the little switch. But the switch I didn't stick down because I would obviously need to maybe at some stage change the battery if the battery dies. So I didn't want it to be stuck down that I wasn't able to get to the battery and also then be able to get to the little switch. So that is why I needed as much of the space from the back to the front to be able to have the little switch in there. So the super glue doesn't take that long. It takes a couple of minutes and then it is dry. And there I was just making sure that the switch was going to fit into the back where I was going to put glue the actual calendar onto. So this did take a little bit of time for some reason. I was just making doubly sure that it was going to fit. So I decided to straighten out that little piece of the cable so that it sat almost in the middle and you were able to get to the switch, and that Santa would slide nicely along his calendar. So then again, I was needing to use my super glue and I just dotted basically where I thought the calendar would go, but obviously hoping that I hadn't got on the outside, but I had sort of measured by eye where the calendar would fit and how much space I would need for it. And then that was ready to go onto the base. I had measured before I made the base and the trees on my 3D printer. I actually used Tinkercad to do the base with the wording on, so that I had exactly the right amount of space, and it worked out perfectly because the switch does fit nicely in that gap, and the trees and the calendar fit perfectly onto the base as well. And here I just took a little video of what it looks like from the front, and you can see the trees behind. I really think that it looks so sweet. So let me know in the comments what you think of my little countdown calendar for our Christmas in July. I've popped up a few of the pictures of what it actually looked like in the end. So thanks so much for joining me for my episode 1 of my Christmas in July series, and I hope that you've enjoyed watching this little magical countdown calendar come to life. And next time I'll be creating an illuminated Christmas village scene, and I can't wait to share it with you because it's going to be full of fairy lights as well and a lot of festive magic. So if you enjoyed today's project, please give the video a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, I would really appreciate it, and I appreciate all of you that have subscribed. You make my day. And I will see you in episode 2. So until then, as usual, have a great one.